These are the top 10 most pointless SCPs I've ever seen because it looks like a toddler created them one day because he got extremely bored and decided to make an SCP because he didn't know what it was. SCP-2875 is a phenomenon occurring only in the town of, doesn't tell us, Wisconsin, at noon every 3 days. Between 50 to 100 fully grown adult mainland grizzly bears will appear. Imagine being in a town where no one lives, walking around at around 3 PM, and then a fucking grizzly bear just spawns in out of nowhere like, yo, guess what, I'm here now. It's kind of stupid though. SCP-2305 is just a piece of paper that says, great ideas are totally useless by LULs, or whatever. See, this is what I mean by useless, that a 3-year-old made it. It literally just says great ideas that are totally useless. How is that an SCP? SCPs are supposed to be the ones that kill you, or the ones that do something, not just a piece of paper. Kind of stupid. The next one's okay. SCP-507 is a Caucasian male with blonde hair and green eyes, with no other outstanding characteristics. Why is it? It's just a human. It's not an SCP. Just because he might have like spawned out of nowhere, apparently that's what it says, it's not an SCP. What the hell is wrong with you, SCP Foundation? I think this SCP was just made by simps, to be honest. This SCP is called SCP-105 Iris Thompson, who has got blonde hair, blue eyes, 52 kilogram, 5'4", female. That's it. It's just a girl. This is the reason this is an SCP is because I don't know, it's just an SCP. I don't get it. I don't get these. These are why these are pointless. Try not to simp over this SCP, please. This SCP is SCP-1987. It is called Freddie Reagan Cut Up While Talking. It's a videotape that has just Freddie Reagan talking back in whatever, probably 1987 or whatever, whenever he was president, and it's him getting cut up during it. Here's a picture of it. Now, I think this is one of the cooler ones because obviously it's not boring. It's kind of creative and I like it. It's a good SCP. SCP-661 is to be fed 3 times a day with food at canteen, provided with drinkable fluids. Now, you're probably thinking, why does this need to be fed 3 times a day? And why will it cause trouble to staff? What could possibly be this SCP? Well, you guessed it. It's a 61-year-old white Caucasian man that looks like he's a mafia boss. He's also very overweight and very unhealthy. So just another human, but in SCP containment. And I don't know why. There's not that much on this person. Now, I know this is supposed to be about boring SCPs, but this one just caught me off guard when I typed it in. I know it's the first one, so of course it's me cool. But SCP-000, no one knows what it is. Every time someone tries to put something out, it's got this weird-ass writing. I know it's about boring SCPs, I just find it really cool. As everything is just cut off. Weird language. We don't know what's going on. And this took a lot of time to edit. About like 2 hours, so thank you for watching if you got this far. Please subscribe, I would very appreciate that. And I will see you in the next video. Tell me if you want to do more SCP videos. Bye.